me to return. Amen. For those of you who didn't know, back in maybe 2011, I think it was, when around the time I came back to the Lord, I began performing a miracle. Maybe some of you guys have seen people stretch arms and legs. Well, I began, the Lord taught me, I began doing that. And I remember going to the church I was attending, and I was so excited that I actually performed a miracle, and I wanted to show everybody, and I wanted to show the church. So when I went to church, there was a day there that they were doing practice, and they were practicing for singing or something. So I went there and I started showing one of them because I was so excited, and they all rejected it. They all rejected me. I was like the ugly duckling. I wasn't in the church as long as they were, and they were upset. Some were upset because who am I to perform this miracle, right? But one in particular said to me, "Have you talked to the pastor about this?" And I was like, "What?" Like, I took that, like, I didn't understand why she said that at the moment. I'm like, what does the pastor knowing that I can perform a miracle that God allowed me to perform? So that supersedes the pastor. Nonetheless, they all rejected me, and I felt so discouraged and I was so hurt. And it continued further. Then one of the so-called ushers of the pastor rejected me again. What am I doing teaching people how to use this authority? I was like, what? They have that. Everyone has that authority. Nonetheless, the Lord took me out of that church, and then I asked him if I could attend another church. Actually, he began teaching me himself certain mysteries and secrets. And then I said, and I was still kind of like, I kind of wanted to attend church again. Like, I didn't want to let that go. And he said, you could go to this. I asked him, can I go to this church? He said, yeah, you could go to this church. This was another church. And then he said, but be careful. They tend to steer away from me. And I was just like, and then I saw it firsthand one day during the service, and I just stopped attending.